It's not cool to have poor sleep. Over the last couple of years, there has been a thing called hustle culture. It's a movement that basically preaches hard work, the grind, and sacrificing sleep if necessary. While I am a fan of sacrificing things to achieve bigger things, and that can also sometimes be sleep, I think it's the dumbest thing ever to do that on a daily basis. And of course, there have been people, and there still are people who are extremely rich and successful and who sleep very little, but I really don't think that's the way to go, and I will tell you why. Lately I got a new job in a warehouse. This is not something I am planning to do for all my life, of course. It's a way to stay busy and of course make money until I can live from the things I want to live from. So it's like a temporary job, hopefully, but I really believe in myself. So I started that job about 1.5 weeks ago, and it basically works with shifts. You have the early shift and the late shift. The early shift is from 6 to 2. I'm from Europe, so I don't use PM or AM, but it starts at 6 AM until 2 PM. And the late shift is from 2 until 10. However, I noticed when I came back home from work, I was so tired because I had the early shift and I wasn't prioritizing my sleep. So what did I do? I sacrificed my sleep to get more free time. Of course, this resulted in being extremely tired during the whole week because I had to wake up at 5 AM. And of course, when I came back home from the early shift, I really didn't feel like making these videos or getting my courses ready. I still went to the gym most of the time, but it was a lot harder than usually. And of course, my brain tricked me into believing I have worked, I went to the gym, you deserve free time. You don't have to make the videos or some other things that are beneficial. So I fell into that trap basically. And I don't care who you are, if you have poor sleep, I really believe there are no people who can function like they would if they had good sleep, if they slept like 4 hours every night. This is also a reason why my daily December basically failed after a couple of days, and I feel really bad about that. But I learned from it and I will try to do better. I really underestimated it, but that's no excuse. For example, after work, the late shift, I would like to watch 2.5 Men. It's one of my favorite shows ever, so I really believed I deserved some time watching that show. But what happened, I stayed up until like 4 AM sometimes, because I started at 2 the next day work, so there was really no reason to go to sleep earlier, you know. I thought like, I deserved this free time. And I'm sure a lot of people fell into this trap and think like that sometimes. When you have poor sleep, there are a lot of things happening. For example, you have less impulse control, more anxiety, more cravings to dopamine, anything like that. You're not really that strong in your mind as you may think. So it's really impossible, in my opinion, to argue that it doesn't matter that much. And that's why I think hustle culture, I mean, it's a good thing, but acting like sleep is a waste of time. It's really ridiculous in my opinion. Because let's be honest, a lot of us can achieve more things with good sleep. You can achieve the same things with good sleep than with poor sleep, because let's be honest, a lot of people aren't 100% productive each day. There's a lot of goofing around and sometimes you don't even notice it. And I really noticed for myself that poor sleep isn't really my friend at all. Because I really notice it when I'm not sleeping well in my mind and my mental clarity. And I tend to be a lot more weak to myself, too soft basically, when I'm not sleeping well, because oh poor me, I didn't sleep well, you know. After this video, make a promise to yourself, make sleep your advantage in life and not your weakness. And I'm also going to do it myself. So, because that's why I make this video. I'm making this video because it's a part of my life now, the sleep stuff. And I really try to be as authentic as possible when I make these videos. So I'm not acting like I'm perfect at all. So yeah, we're together in this, you know. You don't have to have perfect sleep from minute one, but small steps are the key in this, I think. Because there aren't a lot of people with perfect sleep at all. But really try to make it as good as possible. And you know, I always struggled with my sleep, actually. And I didn't notice that for a long time. I've never been a good sleeper. So I'm really curious what I can achieve with good sleep, you know. Because I was like a lot of other people, it's not that deep, you know, but it is really that deep. And I think the main reason of this is because it's not instantly visible, you know. But with poor sleep, it really sneaks in your life. And because a lot of people think they sleep well, but they don't at all. Because let's be honest, I have eye bags under my eyes right now. So it's really something I'm taking more seriously from now on. And because it's not visible instantly, people should really have their priorities straight. Because if you could see it right away, if it made you more ugly if you had bad sleep instantly, people would take it more seriously, you know that. That's just the way people are. And I had a period where I was sleeping really well and I felt great actually. I was thinking like, what is it that makes me feel so good? And I think it was that. And it's also not cool to have poor sleep and poor sleeping habits and quality, because I made myself guilty of that. When I was like 15, 16, I always was bragging about how I slept so little. And it's really embarrassing because there were really no benefits and nobody gave a fuck basically. So really don't be like that, please. And it's harder than you think, because imagine you're watching your favorite show like I am doing sometimes, and you really enjoy it and you're not feeling tired at all, but you know, I have to go to sleep, have a good day tomorrow, you know. To go to sleep from that moment, it takes really a lot of discipline in my opinion, and maybe it's just me, but I really find that difficult. So let know in the comments what your sleeping habits are like and how you view it, stuff like this, because I'm really wondering how other people view it. Also another thing, I was thinking like maybe I still don't make these videos, you know, but I was thinking like making some real life stuff. So I'm really thinking about that, but you will see it in the future because I myself don't really know it. If you're excited for that, you can always subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. So that's really all I had to say. I really hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you in some way. And if you like this content, you can like, subscribe, comment, and see you in the next one.